Okay, so, well, this whole thing came up because I was talking to Cassie Narrow, and her and I were just like brainstorming on host to post and things like that, and we were doing host to post on Facebook and like figuring out like to get host to post to work on Facebook better and things like that. And we found something, but then we were like, okay, listen, like Instagram's blowing up. There has to be something on Instagram and whatnot. And she was talking to a girl named Laura, and they were like brainstorming about this. And so, and it was working really well for Laura. So Cassie started implementing it, and then she taught me. And so basically what it is just doing host to post on Instagram, but for distributors and on their stories instead of a post. Because like I used to try to do host to post on Instagram, had them posting it, but then when people would comment and I would message them, it would go to their request and they would never see it, or it was just like, Instagram's really weird about like, it just didn't work the same as Facebook. And so I was like, okay, this stories would be perfect, but then like, how do you get them to message you and like all of that stuff? And so basically what we're doing is just putting our phone number on the story to have them text us. And at first, you know, because people had tried that before, and my thought was like, are people really going to take this time to text you? But that's also the good thing, is because with host to post on Facebook, or when they post it, all they have to do is comment. So even if they're like a teeny bit interested, they're just going to comment, but really they're probably not serious. You know, like 50% of the people were like, didn't respond or like weren't really interested. But like when they take the time out of their day to like hold down the story and, you know, screenshot it to get your number, type your number into the, you know, like go back and forth to type your number into their phone and then text you opportunity, like that's right there, like already weeds out the people who weren't serious. Because like, if I was going to do that, I would be serious about it if I was going to take this time to message somebody that. And so I think it kind of gives them that time like up front to think about whether they're serious about it. And then the people that are messaging you are people who are already like telling you that they're interested. Plus it's kind of like attraction marketing, even though, you know, they're not seeing your post, but they're seeing a post of yours and they're coming to you. You know, you're not like trying to host post message them, being like, hey, you commented, are you interested? Like you reaching out to them, like they're coming to you. So that kind of like gives you the power and kind of is that attraction marketing still, which I love that. And so I absolutely love it so far. So basically what I'm doing is, you know, messaging is still the same. It's just on Instagram. So I only message my followers, so people that are already following me. If I'm following someone but they're not following me back, I don't want to message them because they're not going to see it. And so I message my followers, and the message that I send them is, hey girl, quick question for you. Don't worry, I'm not trying to get you to buy or sell anything, laughing face. Because I feel like that just kind of takes the edge off the conversation. And we've done that before with Facebook host to post, just so that they know, because they get so many messages these days that people automatically think like, no.
Yeah.
You're trying to get them to buy something, or they think you're trying to get them to sell something. And so I think it's just kind of like takes the edge off the conversation. And a lot of people reply back and be like, haha, OMG, no big deal, what's up? You know, like they think it's funny. And so they automatically are like in a good mood, you know, like they just think it's funny. Like so many people are like, LOL, what's up? And so that's the first message. And then when they say, okay, what's up? Then I just say, I just wanted to let you know I'm doing a giveaway this month for whatever giveaway you're doing. We're doing the Target gift card. And I love giving back to my friends and followers for supporting me. I know how much it helps others out. So I just wanted to offer you the opportunity for an entry. All you have to do is put a picture on your story for me. Do you want the entry? And so they basically are like, yes or no. Or they ignore you. But I've been getting a ton of responses, like more than Facebook on Instagram. And more like people that follow through and actually do it, you know, like get through that whole combo. And so once they're like, yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and do that, I just say, okay, just save this to your phone and post it to your story. And then I actually added this in later. I said, extra entry if you tag me in it. Because I didn't want to require it, because some people don't know how to do that, and I didn't want to like scare them away. But I found that the people that were tagging me or mentioning me in their story on my story, that people were clicking on it. Because you know when you click on a story that has someone tagged, it has their name pop up with the little arrow. So like anywhere that you click, it like pops up the tag. So they're all clicking on it and going to add me. Because I found that when people were doing that, I noticed that they were mentioning me, and then I noticed that in my like follow requests, I had a ton of people that I hadn't followed first. So, you know, it wasn't me following a bunch of people, and obviously I do that, but like there was a ton of people who were just randomly following me, and I know it's from that because that's when it started. And so I was like, okay, well, if I give them an extra entry for mentioning me, maybe I'll get more people to do it, and then I'll at least gain more followers. They'll watch me even if they don't text me right away. And so that's what I do. And then I want to talk a little bit about like the picture that they post. So it's just like it's just is made on over. So you can like do whatever you want. But basically at the top, it just says, hi, everyone, my friend. And then you put your name, like my friend Courtney is looking for someone who wants to either work. I can't even talk. Is looking for someone who wants to work either full or part-time from home on their own schedule from their phone. And it says $500 to $2,000 monthly. And then at the bottom, it says text opportunity to your number for more info. And so it's super simple, and then you can just make it cute however you want. I don't know. I try to make my stuff like eye-catching so that like when they see it, it's not just like random just words on a thing, like putting graphics with it and like cute stuff so they're like, what is that story, you know? And then something else that I did, which Cassie taught me this, is once you make that picture on over, save that to your phone, and then go to the Mojo app. It's called Mojo. Do you use that app? I know you use a lot of video apps.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. You could probably use one of your other ones too, but this one's called Mojo, and then I just used the one that it's under like the photography tab. And then the one that I'm using is the one that says Indonesia. And I just like click on it, I delete the words that they have on it. I add my picture in. And then I have to like do it right now, or otherwise I won't remember how to do it if I'm not like doing it myself. And then you click edit. And then down at the bottom, it gives you a bunch of different options. So like the first thing that I did was click add text. And then up at the top, I just scrolled over to social. And then I could actually put, and this was before I was having people mention me in it, so that if people don't mention me in it and someone wants to follow me, like my Instagram handle is on it. And it has like the little Instagram icon, and then it puts my name like scrolling across the bottom, so that if they wanted to go search me, they could do it. And so I just put that on there with my Instagram handle, and it like scrolls like a video across the bottom. And then another thing that I did was click duration at the bottom, because it's automatically like your story is only going to play for like 3 or 4 seconds when they put a picture on there. And so what I did was just change the duration to like 15 seconds. That way when they put the picture on there, it's showing as a video, so it's going to run for 15 seconds, even though it's not really moving, because that way, you know, it's sitting there for 15 seconds. So people don't have to like hold down, because some people don't know how to do that, or, you know, if it goes by too quick, they're not even going to notice it. But if it's there for 15 seconds, they're more likely to see it and read it and be able to screenshot or whatever they want. And then the third thing that I did was add a little bit of music to it, just so that if someone has their sound on or whatever, like it just gives it that extra like attention aspect. And so there's a little music icon. It doesn't have, you can put your own music in it. I don't have music on my phone, so I couldn't do that. I don't know how to do that. But it has like instrumental music, so just like a random like background song. It's not like words to the song or anything. It's just like something to give it attention. But I added that to it. And then I also changed it because it will, on this, if you use this template that I use, it will like zoom in or zoom out on your photo. So I just turned that off so that it wasn't like cutting off the words or anything. So it's just like a still photo, has my Instagram scrolling across the bottom, and then the duration is longer. That's basically why I did it. But that's that. So that kind of explains about that picture that they're posting for you. And so, okay, so we went through like how to get them to post it for you. Okay, they post it for you, they mention you in it, whatever. And then like the first day that I did it, like I got like over 5 texts that say opportunity, like every single day. And every morning I'll wake up with like 2 to 3 texts, because people will text me like when they're scrolling late at night, and they'll text me. Obviously I'm asleep because I'm a grandma, but I get it in the morning. But literally people like do it all day long. I'll just get opportunity. Like I probably got 10 texts today from doing it. And so, and they're like genuine conversations. You know, the people that care enough to text me are like okay, what do I need to do? Like one girl was like ready to join on the spot. And so it's just like crazy. And they'll actually have like deep conversations with me about why they need it, you know, what they need it for and everything like that. So then kind of just to walk you through what I say to them once they text me. So they text me an opportunity. Obviously it's a random number. I have no idea who they are. So I just say, hey, I'm so glad you reached out about the opportunity. My name is Courtney Williams. Who am I speaking with? Because I said my last name just to make it like I want them to say their last name. Because if they add me on Facebook or something and they say their name's Brittany, like I don't know which Brittany, if I go to look them up later on Facebook, you know, like I don't know who they are. So I did that to try to get them to say their last name. Some of them don't, but most of them will. Anyways, I just say that. I just say, who am I speaking with? And then they'll say like, oh, my name is Sarah Johnson. And I say, hey, Sarah, so nice to meet you. Can you add me on Instagram? And I give them my Instagram handle in parentheses. And then I say, and Facebook really quick. And then they'll either like, I'll either notice that they did it and accept their request, or they'll say like, okay, I did it. And then after that, I voice message. So that's all of that we just talked about, like the messaging on Instagram, the like telling them about posting a picture for me, you know, all of that is all text replacements. And so is that first part of like the opportunity. If they text me opportunity, that's text replacements right after that. But from this point forward, once they add me on social media, and after that, all I do is voice message. So if they don't have an iPhone, then I'll just go to their Facebook or Instagram that they added me, and I'll find their name on there, and I'll just say, hey girl, I noticed that you didn't have an iPhone, which is totally fine, but I love voice messaging, so I'm just going to message you on here if that's okay. So I'll just use Facebook or Instagram. Otherwise, I will still do it on text message if they have an iPhone. And so I just voice message them. Once they add me, I just say, perfect, I just wanted to connect on social media. And first, I want to just tell you a little glimpse about me and my story, and I just give them like a short glimpse about why I joined, you know, what my situation was, why I needed the money, and then like I just say like, flash forward, now I was able to pay for my college in cash, blah, 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 like kind of like just a super short glimpse of my story. And then I say, you know, I don't want to make this all about me, but I just wanted to introduce myself. Will you kind of tell me a little bit about you? What do you do, and what are your goals with making an extra income? Because when you ask that, like you just told them your story. So then everyone that messages me back, like a ton of people are voice messaging me back about themselves, or they'll just text me and be like, hey, like I am a college student and blah, 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 or hey, I work full time, or I'm a stay-at-home mom and blah, 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 and we're just struggling and, you know, living paycheck to pay. Like they're like being super open. And so from there, I'm able to kind of really connect with them and know like basically their why right off the bat. And so I just say that, and then I voice message them again, and I kind of respond to what they said. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, I completely understand. Like I was in that same position, or, you know, I have so many girls on my team that were also, you know, wanting to come home and stay home with their kids. And, you know, I love helping people be able to do that or whatever. Like I reply to whatever they said to recognize that I'm listening to what they said and I understand it. And then I say, and then I respond to what they said, and then I say, okay, and here's a little glimpse of what you would be doing. Because from there, like their next question is going to be like, okay, what do I have to do, you know, in the business? So I want to like make sure that I'm not confusing them. I want them to understand what's happening. And so I reply to what they said, and then I just say, here's a little glimpse of what you would be doing when you join. You know, I work from social media, you know, Facebook, Instagram. I post about the products, the business, all like just a short glimpse that you would give to anybody that asks about the business anytime. And then I always like stress the fact of like, and I'm going to be here to help you. You know, like at the end, I'm like, once you join, I'm going to be here to walk you through the business step by step, answer any of your questions, like literally walk you through everything. You won't be by yourself. Like I'll be here to help you with everything, because that's going to be one of their fears anyways. And so if you just hit that right off the bat and be like, okay, listen, like I know you're probably nervous, but that's completely normal, and I'm going to be here to help you with that. I feel like that just like eases their mind. It makes them more excited than nervous. And so I just say that, and then from there, like they either say like, okay, I'm super excited, or they ask questions or whatever. And so from there, like basically just answering their questions. Usually like they'll ask, okay, how do I get started, or what's the next step, or how much is this join, or whatever. And then I just talk to them like I would a normal potential. But everything from there is voice message. And then follow-ups are the same too. They're just a normal potential. But does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. It worked. Like, it makes so much sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I tried to be detailed so that I wouldn't be confusing, but it's seriously so simple too, because with the old host post, and like I love like the hustle. Like I love like, oh my gosh, so many people are commenting on my host post. I have so many people to message. I have so many people to respond to. Like I love that, but it's also like overwhelming sometimes, especially for like new people in the business or like people who have full-time jobs. And so this is super simple because you're doing the work, you're having people post, but you don't have to keep up with it because they're then coming to you.
Yeah, that's
awesome. Having to like, oh, I have to message all these people from this host post and like worry about getting blocked and like worry about them seeing my message. Like they're literally coming to you. And so I feel like it makes it so much more simple. And it's literally bomb. Like, I don't know. It's insane. But yeah, so that is the gist of that.